No, they were pretty much developed for the needs of the script. Like, they were developed to do what those characters needed to do in order to have them. Durak is based on his voice is based on the voice of a human barbarian that I once played in an Iron Kingdoms campaign. But other than that, no, not really.
Tracy, to expand on that, by the way, and to everyone here. So I have a requirement for the Indiegogo campaign to produce a gaming module based on this movie. If anyone would like to help me write that, by all means, get in touch.
Seth, email me.
Absolutely.
Nat, what do you got?
Oh, just email me as well.
Jordan.
You still have that Rock and Conan wig?
Yes. Totally. Totally have
No one's actually had
use it
sex
every
in
night.
One thing we couldn't actually see that really entertained all of us was the scene in the bedroom where he opens the door and throws his hair. He put a candle out with
his hair. That awesome.
In the film, you can see just the
smoke.
But that was actually flaming candle. No.
Next.
Yes.
You've got some very nice backdrops in there. The artwork, was that custom for the film, or did you find that somewhere?
So that's Mr. Dave Tipper, who is...
He's from, he's in
New Zealand.
Yeah.
He's amazing. He's actually done work on The Hobbit. We were astounded. I put a post out on mattpainting.org, and he replied. So we couldn't be more happy with what he's provided.
Yeah,
It's just amazing stuff. And is Paul good here?
Paul did not make it tonight, no.
Paul is the one who made the clouds move and the candles flicker in some of the scenes. He's our VFX artist. So I just wanted to give him a shout out.
Yep.
Next.
More questions?
You.
Yes.
Have you guys ever gamed together, not on screen, just as a group?
Yes, we had one gaming night for the entire cast, or as many cast and crew that could make it at once, and it was actually my third time playing D&D. My first two times playing D&D were not very good, unfortunately. Yeah, so making this movie was really weird for me. But the third time playing D&D, I'm happy to report, I was an NPC. But it was a lot of fun.
There was a lot of wine involved, too.
There was a lot of wine involved.
Seth was the DM.
In the notes for the play script, it says if you don't play D&D at least once before you produce this play, you're insane.
Right.
You just have to be able to. You can't get what that is without experiencing it.
Right. But I hope we can pick up the campaign again soon.
Next. Josh.
So the play, how many times did you produce it, and then how different was the movie from the play?
Ooh. How many times did I personally produce it?
Well, how has it been produced?
It's been produced a bunch of times. I personally produced it along with my wife, Maureen. We produced the premiere at PAX Prime in 2010 in Seattle. It's been produced since then. It had a regional premiere in Berkeley, then it went to Salinas, then New York, then Atlanta. Just got done, closed in Chicago. They're the ones that are taking it to Gen Con this year. I'm emailing a guy in Alaska that wants to do it. And nobody around here wants to take a look at it.
How different was it from the movie?
Oh, how different was it from the movie?
There's a lot of intellectual property in the play that we can't use.
But you know, even with that, and I was talking to my dad about this earlier this evening. It's like if you match up the words word for word, like maybe 10% of it made it through. But if you look at like how much of the play made it through, that's just because, I mean, it's 90% of the play made it through. The script got changed for cadence, but not content. We didn't have to cut much of anything. In fact, we added a fair amount, like the scene in the game store with Tara, which helped her not to be nearly as underwritten as she is in the play. That's a tough question. It is in the details immensely different. In the result, not much at all.
It gets the point across.
Yeah. It's I mean, and that's what you hope for in an adaptation.
Exactly.
Really, a playwright could not be happier.
Exactly. Woo. Good.
Next, you, sir.
Yes.
What are you envisioning so far as the trajectory for the movie after tonight?
That's an excellent question.
We're we're trying to get as much exposure for it as we can. We're taking it to as many cons as we can to, obviously the base audience is there for that. We're screening at Gen Con on August 15th at 9 p.m. We're going to be at Too Many Games Con in Philly at the end of June, and we've submitted to Dragon Con, but we haven't heard yet.
Cross your
keep
fingers. If
crossed
anybody has
for that.
connections, Dragon Con.
But we've also submitted to some film festivals as well. We're hoping to get attention for it and get distribution for it in whatever form that might come. We'd rather not have to distribute it ourselves. We'd rather have somebody pay for that. That would be nice. So yeah, that's the goal. We just want to get distribution for it.
If anybody has any ideas, by all means,
Any
contact
tips,
us.
let us know. Yep. Yes.
The casting, how much of it was we're casting for the people in the movie versus the characters that they had to play in the movie, if that makes sense?
I read Durak, and there is no one else who could have played it but Becky.
Yeah, that's.
But I had to audition.
I've worked with Becky for about 10 years more, 12 years, and yeah, I didn't see anyone else in the role but her. But we made everybody audition, no matter who we saw in the role,
Cameron
to make
had to buy
sure
it.
that they would fit and that they.
I originally wanted Cameron to play the Brandon character.
Yeah, it's interesting how it all fell out. Cameron, I had known. Greg, I had worked with before on a film. Gwen, I had heard great things about. Ricardo, I'd worked with a billion times, and Evan, I had heard of, and it was amazing. So
I did
it
one
just
of the first readings of it at
Yeah.
PAX East.
You did the
Yeah,
first
she
full
did.
public performance.
Right,
of
Cameron
it.
brought her in.
I
Yeah.
had a history with the play a little further.
She
back.
memorized the Elias speech early on,
Aye.
and that helped. Yeah, so it was. We went through regular auditions for this. We didn't pigeonhole anybody into a certain role. We wanted to see how everybody interacted with everybody. We knew the chemistry was really important. So everybody had a fair shot at it. And I'm just really thrilled with what we ended up with.
Me too. Anything else? You, Sir Larry.
Larry.
For those of us that want it on our shelf, will it be available for purchase eventually?
Yes, I
That's
mean
the
well, part of the Indiegogo rewards is a DVD, obviously. So you will be getting a DVD, sir. Those will be coming out